Strick City. Woo! Strick City. All over the world.
Strick City, man, we live. Yo, Strick City on the ride. Yo, look like surprise. Yo, taking your city like we live. Yo, man, we live. Yo, taking your city like surprise. Yo, on the ride. Yo, Strick City coming live. Yo.
Hey man, you got me like for real this time. All right, so I know you watched the commercials today. I went live talking about this show for a couple of times, and it was actually my commercial running live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, through Periscope. But we are live tonight, and I'm missing my homegirl A-Lo, so y'all definitely watch out for A-Lo. She's gonna be back really soon to hang out with us. So it's just me tonight. You got your boy Strick, man, and yes, we are live. We got a few rules for tonight. No matter if you're watching us through Facebook, YouTube, or Twitter through Periscope, I need you to share this. Like it, share it, let everybody know in your network, Strick is on. It's really simple, all right? Once you've done that, put your Cash App in the comments, and I'll tell you what I'll do. Tonight, I'm Cash Apping somebody. All right, somebody's going to be a winner. So it's really simple. Again, the information is if you're watching tonight, share it with everybody that's on your Facebook page. Let all your friends and family know about Strick City. Put your Cash App inside of the comments tonight, and I will Cash App you. I'm seeing them. I'll load them up. Again, it's really that simple. And why not do it, right? You know, you can come up tonight. It's really cool. Like me, you, everybody comes up with just a simple share. And while we're doing that, I have a great guy on tonight. And I'm allowing everybody to come on to get a chance to hear from this gentleman tonight. We're going to give you some real history, number one, and then some information if you are an entrepreneur. All right, whether you're a promoter, you're a business owner, whatever you got going on, this is the conversation that you want to have, that you want to listen to and take notes about. Like, I'm going to be taking notes tonight. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just telling you, I got my notepad sitting right in front of me, and when he drops one of those jewel nuggets, guess what? I'm writing it up. So again, share it. Put your Cash App inside of the comments. And if you have any questions tonight, guess what? This dude is full of answers. So all you got to do is type your questions inside of the comments, and we'll make it work for you tonight. So without any further ado, you guys have seen, if you've been in Birmingham for any time, at least for the last 10 years, and you want to know what's going on, there's one spot you go for all the information, especially around classic time. He just really takes over around classic time. But it's urbanham.com. All you do is go on urbanham.com, and you can look through the whole page about what's going on, like who's doing what party, what event is happening here, who's doing this. All the Birmingham information is right in one place. And that was the brainchild, of course, of none other than Russell McClinton. And I have him on right now. So without further ado, I'm going to bring my dude Russ in to the show tonight. Russ, you ready?
I'm ready, man. I'm ready.
All right, let me put you on, man. There you go. I got him on. Russ, man, you looking good tonight, man.
Hey, thank you, man. Thank you. You know, I celebrated a birthday yesterday. So
that's right. I meant to say I got the birthday boy on the show. Let me be sure I got all my scenes going, because I want to put you on this scene too. There we go. I got you set up, man. I got you set up. Me, you in the same frame. There we go. So Russ, man, happy birthday to you. I do want to say that.
Thank you.
And in celebration of your birthday, I'm gonna change your name just a little bit if you don't mind.
What's that?
No longer will you be just Russ. I think we have to respect you for the eldership that you are, the elder man that you are, the elder man that you are. Yeah, I see it. I see you already showing the wisdom. Your new name is Uncle Russ.
Okay, well, you know what? I'm actually an uncle, so I can deal with that. And you know what's
fits
funny,
you, right?
what's funny is, I guess, for the past 10 years or so, that's what people been calling me, man. So hey, I'll take it.
There you go. Uncle Russ is on the show tonight. And, man, we're going to have a good time. We're going to have a good time. Listen, I probably came into Birmingham probably about, well, I know it was 1996 when I got to Birmingham. I really started working in the media, getting around doing shows and stuff, probably around 99, 98, 99, and really doing the radio stuff about 2000. I remember Russ the whole time. Like, how long have you been in the city doing promotions and doing advertising and stuff?
Well, that's funny you say that, because you out in '96, so I didn't get back to Birmingham until 1999. I graduated from West End High School.
Right.
That's that orange and blue. You might think that's for Auburn.
War Eagle to you, man. War Eagle.
So great tonight. So hey, it's all good. But I graduated from West End, and then I moved to Montgomery for a while, finished school, and then I went up to D.C. for several years. And I came back in '99.
Okay.
And so I came back with the whole idea of urbanham.com and just a way to share, information with basically the world,
right,
as well as the local community. And so that's where that all started, really, the promotions part. And I met, folks like you and other good radio personalities. And hey, man, it was a great thing.
So the idea with Urbanham was just have a one local or a central location to get out urban news.
Correct. And it actually kind of morphed from and when I was up in DC, man, I worked in the DC metro area, and I was amazed at just the mindset of what it was like in Birmingham or in Alabama, period.
Right.
And and I grew up in a pretty good household, man. Like I said, I went to West End High School, and we had a good community, good street. And I'm like, man, these people really don't believe we have, houses. I had somebody ask me, did we have to go to outhouses, man?
Are you for real?
Like, exactly. So one reason I started was to say, I got to show the world that, we actually have some great people here. They live in great houses. They have great jobs. And we have a black community that's growing and rising.
We do. Now, out of you actually doing urbanham.com, advertising came out of there. People, of course, wanted to advertise on your platform, but you actually did work for other people as well. You did freelance graphic work for people as well?
Well, yeah, my background, I'm a computer scientist by education. So
Russ, I already know how smart you are, dude.
Well, hey, man, I don't know. That's all you got to do is just kind of read your books and just regurgitate some stuff.
I got you.
But anyway, I'm a computer scientist by education. So I came back home and I worked for a company up in Huntsville, worked for NASA as a contractor. And it was at that time I was working, trying to get Urbanham off the ground. Okay. And I really had no idea how I was going to make money, man. And it took me 5 years to get a check,
Wow.
And we wanted to be an advertising agency. So we had to build up our audience.
Right.
So it was a lot of, just getting out there in the streets, pounding the pavement, telling folks what we do. And let me tell you now, we weren't on the internet like we are now. We didn't have mobile phones, all that stuff. So
right.
You're like, man, what am I going to do with that? So it was a tough sell for a long time.
But you actually worked on it and you stuck in there. And now what would you say your subscribers are or traffic through urbanham.com is now?
Well, we have, just to talk about the demo a little bit, it's grown with me. I kind of started when I was 30. And so you take those 30s, we were all, strong in the hip hop and all that good stuff. So that was sort of my core demo. Now, as I got older, I've got people that are grandparents like myself, grown kids, and they still follow me. So it's more of an urban professional crowd, if you will. Right. And, the demo stayed pretty strong. We still get a lot of good traffic. I say about, 25,000 people a month come through there looking for information on, just content on what's going on in the city, or just good stories, or just asking questions about things.
Right. Well, that's a lot of people, Russ. I mean, you say this like it's not much, but that really is a lot of people, man. And you have been working hard with urbanham.com, but that's just part of what you've done in the community, because you've done several ventures. Like, let me go with one that I had an opportunity to work with you on, the Underground. Like right there on the South Side, you actually had your own club, jazz club on the South Side. So what made you go from promoting a website for information to actually opening it up or being a partner in a jazz club?
Well, so that's an interesting story. So
I
being
bet.
in promotions, yeah, being he's still a good friend of mine today. He was in the club business, old Millies and Billies. I don't know if people remember that, but I would go up there and and learn from him. So I started with him, just kind of promoting what was going on, and I just expressed interest in being a partner.
Gotcha.
We mostly dealt with jazz, and I know you're familiar with jazz and good jazz music and soul music and that sort of thing. So we dealt with that a lot, and that's what attracted me because I grew up in the band playing the saxophone, big
I didn't
jazz
know
fan.
that.
Yeah, man, big soul music fan. So I was like, oh, I love live music. So that was a great opportunity for me to get involved in something. And so I started off at a place called the H Bar. It was located in the Hotel Highland. Very small spot, but man, we rocked, man. They had a lot of good artists come through there, man, and great people. And it actually allowed me to network with a lot of people in corporate America because, hey, man, they wanted to come somewhere nice and calm and chill. You got all kind of folks coming there. Church folks look to have a good time, so they would come in there.
Right. Right.
Couples would come in there. So that was great. And then from there, we launched Jazz Underground, which was amazing.
Right.
We had some partners in that, which were, I'll say silent for the least, but they, did their part to help us stay open. But it just got to a point, man, where that's a tough business.
It
and
is.
I still get people that call me today about, man, I'm thinking about opening up a club or something. And I'm like, hey, just make sure you got your money in play because, hey, once you got to pay some state taxes and some federal taxes and city taxes and buy all that liquor, man, you're looking at something really strong there.
Right. And now that you just reminded me, like, one of my favorite things when I would come, I was always get the wings, man. Like, I don't know who your cook was back there, but them wings were off the chain, brother.
Man, it was Chef Vic, man, and Chef Vic would hook it up. And Chef Vic taught us how to do those wings. So when he didn't make it, I was cooking those wings, man.
Oh, man, you should
had
have
to learn how
not
to do it
told
all.
me that.
Oh, yes, sir. Had to learn how to do it all, man.
You had to do it all when you own the business, right?
Hey, those wings add some pounds on you too, man. I finally lost some of that weight from working out there.
Well, that's what's up, man. That's what's up. So you got Jazz Underground. And remember, Russ, I actually did, well, my wife Kim did a show there, but I actually did one of my Christmas parties there. And I had like some powerhouse young ladies, Nidra Young,
yes,
Danita Gibbs, and Candy West, all three of them on one show at the Jazz Underground. And it was a killer show.
It was.
So, man, I appreciate you opening the doors for me because anytime I went somewhere, there was always some special arrangements because I always promoted shows with no money.
hey, who didn't?
I'm telling you, I promoted.
To the ATM at the end of the night.
I know it, right? So you went from the Jazz Underground doing that, and then you also was a part of Jazzy's on First?
Jazzy's on First. I was not necessarily a part of that, but just Jeffrey Square and his son, they kicked that off, and just being in the partnership and being the kind of guy I am with promotions, I got on the team to support him. Jeff is my guy, man. I got a lot of respect for him. He taught me a lot. So I was right there with him, man. So they needed something. Just, hey, call me. We're going to make this place, do what it's got to do. And Jeffrey has a very good personality, and he's just on point with, the ambiance and everything. So it was just perfect.
Man, that's what's up. That leads me into another question. Of course, we're going to talk about some of the current things you got going on. Uncle Russ. But tell me about the importance, man. Let's talk to some people that are business owners or some people that are trying to make moves in this city about collaborations. How important is it to collab with folks right now?
Man, it's actually very important, but I think you have to really pay attention to making sure you have the right collaborations, because everything is not a fit for you. And unfortunately, you probably don't realize that when you're younger because you're just in such a rat race trying to make things work for you.
Mm-hmm.
But, if you can slow down and just kind of figure out where do you want to go with this and what do you want to do, and then you pick the right collabs, you're going to come out good because that is very strong and a good point. People bring resources to the table, they bring ideas to the table, they bring other people to the table, they have great ideas. So that's a very strong point you just made there, and I think collaborating with the right people is what you need to be trying to do.
So what would you say, like, as far as just some wisdom of some of the things that people need to watch for or some of the things they need to look for more than just somebody with money?
Well, I think the first thing is you need to really pay attention to a person's reputation and how they treat people.
I
That's
got you.
really strong because I'm the first one to tell folks, well, just because somebody did something, you don't doesn't mean they'll do it to me.
Right.
But you got to keep in mind they do have a track record. So
Right.
if you call around and there's been some problems with several other folks, you may want to just kind of pull back a little bit and think about it. Of course, being a part of the financial game when you get involved with somebody and checking on that is also very important. Going into business just on friendships and stuff like that is probably not the best idea. You got to make sure everybody's got something to bring to the table. And I like to tell folks, when somebody calls you, they're seeing how they can fit you inside of what they're doing.
Right.
And you got to be
Right.
very careful of that because that gets you off track of what you want to do.
What you
Because
want to
they've
do.
taken your talent, your skills, your resources and said, hey, how can this benefit me? And it's not necessarily how can we benefit each other.
So that brings up another question. Does it always have to be mutual as far as what you get out of a collaboration?
I think you need something out of it, or otherwise, be it a return on investment, be it growing your brand or your business. Because what happens is it's going to start getting stale to you. You don't
Gotcha.
want to keep putting up all the work, all the money, putting all your time in it, and then you're not benefiting from it. There it'll start getting real stale, and you'll start getting some grudges and not liking the person and all that other stuff. So it
Man.
needs to benefit you some way.
It needs to listen. I don't know who you are out there watching this right now. If you're not taking notes, like I'm pulling it out of Russ, but it's all good stuff. Like this stuff right here, you're not gonna read in a book or get in the classroom. All right, this is Russ actually had time in the business, some ups, downs, around the corner, some, hey, let's redirect or let's do this or let's do that. And he's sharing some information with you. So like my platform, the idea of Strick City Live is to be informative. And of course I want to entertain you. You know what I'm saying? I want to entertain you. But this is information that you can use at any level. I don't, if it's a friendship and y'all are going on vacation together. Guess what? Make sure you go on vacation with somebody that you want to be on vacation with. It's got to be mutually beneficial to you or beneficial in such a way. And if you're an entrepreneur and you found somebody, Russ has already said, make sure that you understand who you are working with. And it's not always best to do it with your best friend.
That's right.
That's some good stuff, Russ.
Yeah,
Man,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
some good stuff. Like you spend some time with this to understand and actually help somebody out. Now, by you having urbanham.com, that's a business now. You've been in the restaurant business. If there are other business ventures that you're thinking about that you would really like to take an opportunity to be in?
Well, outside of just, being a part of, I guess, more involved in the real estate game, that sort of thing, I'm kind of happy with what I'm doing.
Okay.
So, Urban Ham is a part of a great company, that I've started with, Faye Frazier, my significant other, and we've got a great brand with that where we've launched some things like, Grown and Greek,
Right.
some events, some weekends, some apparel, you name it. So that keeps us busy.
Right.
So there's not a whole lot that I'm interested in doing, and we're doing documentaries and other stuff that's on the table. So that keeps us really busy outside of, having clients that we also still do, some small web and graphic projects for.
So Russ did it real quick for y'all. Like he just went right by it, his significant other, Faye Frazier, and all this other kind of stuff. Like if you have ever been online and seen DJ Chocolate mixing, whether it's on listening to her on the radio, see her do it live now, that's the partnership that Russ has brought to the table to expose people to, number one, good music and quality DJing. Man, I can appreciate how you promote, all right, as a group, what DJ Chocolate is doing. So out of her talents, of course, she's on the radio in several markets right now, syndicated show, right?
Well, yeah, she does mix shows in several different markets, ranging from Boston to Columbus. I can't think of some of the other cities, but she's got 3 or 4 markets that she does, and she travels. And that's what we were doing a lot of the past few years before COVID was traveling.
Right.
So that kept us pretty busy. So of course, when COVID hit, that was a big chunk of the income because she was really catching on fire with that. So, the DJ game was really strong, and it was unfortunate that COVID came. But I tell you, the good side of that is it allowed us to kind of refocus, which we talked about earlier.
Right.
And she's actually been able to pick up a lot of virtual events, that actually pay pretty well. So, along with some of the things we're doing with Grown in Greek, so that worked out fine. I think she prefers it because, hey, man, who wants to have to leave the house all the time and set up stuff when you can just go into your home studio and make it happen.
Russ, you remember, man, we were in Nashville together. Kim was on the show. DJ Chocolate was actually doing an intermission, and I just thought that was the coolest thing for us to meet up, some Birmingham folks to meet up in Nashville at a jazz festival.
That's right. That's right. Hey, grown folks music. I told you I love it, man. And you get people from all, what was cool about that, and that being in the jazz game, is that those people come from all over the country, man. They will follow you. So you could be in, in any country in this world, man, and see somebody you just saw in Nashville, because they are very loyal and they follow you from city to city.
They do, brother. Listen, it is a vast difference. Of course, me being in the gospel Christian world with all of my stuff as DJ Strick, to be with my wife and then to meet or to see her audience is just mind blowing. I'm like, these people, what they actually have money?
Yes, man, they have plenty of money. They travel and all races, very diverse. It's really cool.
And they love it. We'll sit there all day listening to jazz music.
And that's funny you bring that up, because I've got, we're talking about my career. When I moved to D.C., I got a friend of mine and said, trained me. She was my manager at the time. Her name was Etoy Moore. And she hit me up about 2 years ago. It's like, do you know Kim Scott? I love her music. She's down in Florida, so I'm like, oh, yeah, I know her. So she is a big fan of your wife, man. And if she's watching, she'll probably say something about it.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Small world, right?
Yeah, small world, man.
Listen.
Somebody I've known, she helped me with my career when I moved up to D.C., so she's still connected to what's going on around us.
Man, that's what's up. So we got you working and DJ Chocolate. Then y'all started doing the getaways, right?
Well, the getaways actually started, man. It's been, this would actually have been our 10th year, believe it or not. We started as a brand that was called Urban Hangover.
Urban Hangover, I remember that.
Yeah, so we were going to Vegas really strong, had partners from all over the country, man. And we took people to Vegas, had a good time, had some good acts there, man. SWV, The Barge, he brought his brother with him, and it was just great. We had celebrities coming to it. And so that sort of, fizzled out, but we kept going with another brand called Recess Getaways. And we still do that. And we just take, we get about 1,000 people to join us, all over the country, that meet us up in some country, and we just have a good time. We celebrate, party. We have some business, some networking going on, but it's a lot of partying and a good time. So, hey, it's great. Let me just put it like that. But we couldn't do it this year, of course, COVID.
I got you. Hey, Russ, I'm going to be honest with you, man, with the Recess Getaways.
Yeah.
There was a group, like, for whatever reason, I got in the group. I didn't, I was invited, or how you just be in groups, like people just put you in groups on Facebook, right? And in that group, people are posting pictures about them going to the recess. And, the girls will be posting pictures because they advertise and they're going to be there, of course. Right. And most of them are not ugly girls. Right. I had to get out of that group, Russ. I'm not, I couldn't go to the recess, Russ.
That group would get you in trouble, man. I've had, family members, uncles, all of them tell me, I think my dad told me he ain't even looking at the link. The email link come through, I'm not even looking at it.
Russ, man, you're not going to get me in trouble, brother. Right. You know what I'm saying?
A lot of folks say they're not getting in trouble, man. So, but what's cool about it is, that we have, all types of people come. We have couples come, we have people that's coming to party, singles that want to come have a good time. So it's business people. So it's just a wide array of people.
Hey, man, I think
it's a great event.
Man, more importantly, just the idea of doing that is so out of the box, okay? I had one out of the box idea, Russ. I'm going to tell you what my idea was.
And what is that?
There was a guy that had this travel company. I don't know how we met. I don't know if I was going on a cruise or somebody introduced me to a guy going on a cruise, but I was putting together a Strick City cruise.
And it's not a bad idea, though.
It was a great idea. I brought some people on to kind of help me, and other people kind of messed it up. And
Right.
it was the timing of the whole thing that didn't work out. But I thought it was a great idea, but that was more out of the box for me. But what you're doing as an ongoing promotion, saying, hey, we're doing the recess, we're going to be, is it normally the same place?
No, we move around. We've been to Puerto Rico, we've been to Mexico, we've been to Dominican Republic. So we move around quite a bit. Of course, I said Vegas earlier. But the thing about that and going over to other countries is that immediately makes you an international business.
Oh, yeah.
So being able to, deal with people that are on those islands and, support the island, by, using people there and buying products and services there is a big deal. So that throws you right into the international game immediately. And you can have fun doing it.
And you can have fun doing it. Man,
It's
hey.
a lot of work though. Now don't let me tell you wrong. That's a lot of work preparing that all year.
Oh, I'm sure it is. But the payoff for doing from somebody that promoted smaller shows, Russ, what I'm saying is I can appreciate the thought to say, hey, let's be international.
Right, right.
Like let's be international. I've always said on my radio show that we were all over the world, which we were, and we are today. Like people be watching this from a lot of different places. But to actually put on events in another country, Russ, that's huge. And the reason why I'm stopping right there is because people need to understand the caliber, let me say that right, the caliber of people we have in Birmingham, Alabama, and what they are doing. I say it's the best place to live because people are so funny acting. My wife, no matter how many number ones she's got, she can still go into Piggly Wiggly and nobody give her a hard time. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's following up behind her. But you will also want people to celebrate you, for the accolades that you have. But that's in our market, it's just hard for people to celebrate each other. I don't know why. Yeah,
well, that's true, man. You know what? I don't know. It's funny you bring that up, but a lot of times we have to tell somebody has to tell us that you have to celebrate that person because, unfortunately, we don't realize what we have, at that time. And then when you start seeing other cities celebrate them, or you start seeing them on other shows, you start thinking to yourself, hey, wait a minute.
Right.
That's when the phone started blowing up and the text messages start coming in.
So how many people like with us, Russ? I mean, you would know how many people that have left the city, like people you work with, and they've left the city and just have blown up in other cities?
Oh, man, I can't even keep up, man. But, I think that you get to a point with just about anything that you're doing, especially in the entertainment industry, where you're going to have to say, hey, let me just grow a little bit. Home is going to always be home. Today with the digital age, you can still do a lot of stuff, at home. But you need to get out and reach a larger market because unfortunately, distribution is always going to be the key.
Right.
And you got to get out there and create a network and build a bigger network in order to grow your brand. And, man, there's just been, hundreds of people that had to just get up and leave here. Some had to come back. A lot of them got out of here and stayed away. Some of them are still doing great things. You had Sebastian on, and, he's still doing good things in Birmingham. He is going to always be a Birmingham guy, and he's doing some marvelous things.
Man, I can't wait till I get a chance to get to the restaurant. Michael's over there, man. I gotta go. I gotta go.
You had Ruben on. Ruben is a Birmingham guy. He's an A&M guy. He's going to always, stir up something for classic. So, hey, so, you just have to put in your mind that, hey, sometimes I got to get out of here, but home is still home. But I need to grow my network.
That's right. But we've seen some talent grow into some other markets. Like, I don't know how much time you actually spend with somebody like Tammy Mack, but go into some other areas, other towns, and just blow up. I mean,
Tammy, is a talent, and a good story about her is back in the days when I don't know if you know this, but I built a site for the home team, and that was Tammy, that was Said, and that was B. Brian.
Right.
And that site came right after Urbanham, so that was probably the second urban interest site that was in this market. With those guys. And Tammy, man, she's just phenomenal. And we had a chance to go visit her a few years ago, man. Oh, man, she's got LA on lock, man. She did like this with Stevie Wonder. She's got people coming through there to interview all the time. She's got, Fox Soul now. And so, hey, you definitely can do it. She's a huge girl, but, hey, she was in Birmingham, so we own it, too.
So the reason why I mention her because she was on jams here in the city for a long time, and of course everybody knows what Ricky is doing, and of course Roy Woods has just blown up, and
Yeah.
you got people that are on the rise like Funny Man. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like he's gonna make it. Like he's gonna blow. Like it's
Oh,
just a
definitely.
matter of time. Like he's got all of the attributes. Only thing that he's missing is time, and it's gonna happen for him. But
Right.
people forget about somebody like Tammy Mack that was here that
Right.
took her time and she just grew with it. She just grew it. Then all of a sudden, it's like, wow, from the plays that she did. And I'm mentioning her because I see some of the things that DJ Chocolate is doing that as she takes her time.
Right.
As she takes her time and build her resume and it's just being built and built and built and built, you turn around and be like, you know what? We're on 40 different markets with this mix
Yeah.
show.
Well, and that's a good point, man, because I can tell you, like some of those people that you've named that I've worked with in the past, I can tell you there was a defining moment in time where you could just see it clicked and they just got real serious and they got real focused. And I see that with Chocolate. She just got focused a few years ago. She decided what she didn't want to do, decided what she wanted to do. And, and then it didn't take her long. She got signed with a talent agency.
Wow.
Out of Atlanta. She got signed with management company out of New York. And she got a bunch of other things that's coming up. So I could see that in several people. I saw it in Roy. I remember we hosted a actors workshop, man. And Roy, he was like, came in there, man, and he was like dead focused.
Wow.
He was determined that he was going to turn the corner, and he did that. You can remember when Tammy decided to do it, and I can remember when Ricky decided to do it.
Wow.
Like, hey, this is a certain focus that I got to make in order to turn the corner, and they did it.
That being said, Russ, people are watching us tonight because we got a bunch of people that have come on and man, they like, we want to chop it up with these guys tonight. And they desire, like really desire, and because I got people all the time hitting me up and what they want. They want to get on.
Yeah.
How can, what advice would you give somebody that seamlessly, they seem like they're hungry, but they haven't put in all the work yet? What kind of advice would you give them?
Well, I'm going to tell you what. One thing I don't like to see is I don't like to see people just kind of get mad at the people in their environment when they say, hey, they're not supporting me or they don't do this for me or do that for me. Russell Simmons came to Birmingham years ago, and I recently posted about it. But one of the things that he said, man, that really, took me to a place was he said, hey, people come up to me when I go to different cities and they're always giving me their mixtapes. This was back when mixtapes were the thing,
right.
Physical mixtapes. And he said, I get all these mixtapes, but I don't know if you are hot. I don't know. I can listen to your mixtape. I don't know if that's hot. What lets me know if you're hot is when I go into your city and they tell me that you're hot.
Right.
So you need to get in your mind that, hey, let me win the people in my city over. Because if I can win them over, I can probably win anybody else over.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And unfortunately, we get mad. We don't think that, hey, maybe I need to go back and tweak what I'm doing a little bit or add some new elements. Or we just jump up and say, hey, I'm going to move to a bigger city. Well, the problem with moving to a bigger city is you just got more folks that you're going to feel like ain't supporting you.
Right.
So
or more folks to compete with.
To compete with, exactly. So stop and think for a minute. What can I do to make my brand that much better, that much tighter? And then you start winning over folks in your market, and I guarantee they're going to start looking for you.
And then you said the magic word, Russ, when you said brand, because you cannot deny the brand.
That's what I'm saying. Look at you. Look at you.
You can't deny the brand. Urban Ham. Listen, right now, there's a couple of new terms. So content creator, I'm a content creator, right? This show is content for me. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter through Periscope. Everybody is watching this on several different platforms. And yes, I have people watching on every platform, and it's growing. Branding is important with all of the stuff that we do.
Right.
But how consistent do you have to be with your brand, Russ?
Man, I have folks tell me all the time, I don't want to get on a person's nerve by posting all the time. Commercial comes on maybe 8 times. Or you listen to the radio, you may hear the same commercial 12 times.
That's
they
right.
don't care that you listen to their commercial 8 times. They need to do that in order to get a message across. So you need to take the same approach. And so no matter how much somebody thinks you're posting, social media is free, man. Hey, go at it.
You
Show
got
out.
to use it,
Make
right?
sure you're make sure you're giving a good message. I heard you say content creator. Take time out to figure out how content works and how the different platforms work and what type of interest a person have or how long their attention span is going to be. You can't go posting, 30-minute videos and get mad when nobody's watching it because, hey, they're just not going to be tuned in to social media that long. So you got to start figuring out, how do I win over an audience based on the trends that are taking place right now? A funny story, Chocolate and I, we went to Orlando a few years ago, and our intent was to go to a YouTube conference. And I understand you're quite the YouTube guy.
I love it.
We go to this YouTube conference, and, we want to learn how these people making all this money. We get there, and it's just a bunch of kids. It's like 10,000 kids.
Wow.
And they're all content creators. And I met the oldest guy there that was doing a seminar, was 30 years old, and he told me he just got his first job. Wow. He said, I've been making money. I paid for my house and my furniture, my cars, just doing content on YouTube. I did that for 10 years. 15 years, because he was a teenager when he started. Right. So at 30 years old, he just got his first job. So the world is slowly changing around us, and hopefully we'll catch up with it soon. And, we need to start training our young folks how to accept this and how to pull it in their lives and not just be consumers, but figure out how can I make a living off this, because this is already happening.
So, Russ, by any chance, do you have like a group of people that you help with information like this? Have you decided, hey, I want to grab a couple people under my wing to help push them the right direction?
Man, my group is whoever hits me up and calls me, man. Like I tell them right quick, I got stuff I'm trying to do. I'm on that other end of 50 now, so I kind of like to be outside, building patios and playing in the garden. So, I'm going to give you some time, and that's going to be advice. But anybody that hits me up, man, I'm telling them what I know. And I don't know, there's some younger guys out there that's doing some great stuff with social media that are coming up, man. So, those guys, you definitely have to call them too. But as a seasoned guy, as Uncle Russ, those rules still apply, man. You got to always promote yourself, use whatever platform you can. If it's free, take advantage of it. Build your network, collab as much as you can. And then, you need to travel and get outside the market and see what everybody else is doing.
I like it, Russ. And he's telling the truth. Like, I just text him. It's like, dude, call me when you're free. And he hits me right back up. And then I had to remember why I text him.
Come on over to this other side.
Hey,
man.
dude, I'm right behind you, Uncle Russ. I'm right behind you, brother. Listen, I'm still 29, but I feel it, man. I feel it.
Oh, man, I need Prophet on here to help me verify that.
I know it, right?
Oh, wow, okay.
So, hey, man, I definitely appreciate the time. Like, you've given us a lot of great information. And more importantly, we had a chance to show off your brand, but tell us how people can be branded with these T-shirts like we are.
Oh, definitely, man. So, tonight I got on the
Auburn colors. The Auburn colors.
I'm going to say that's West End Lions. That's where I went to high school. I just wore that. I think you said Jason graduated.
Yeah, one of my sons graduated, man, just the other week. Don't do that, Russ.
Just in case you need to, get some of that Roll Tide in your flavor.
Oh, man.
But all you got to do is go to urbanham.com, click on the shop, man. We've got, a bunch of different options. The purpose of those shirts was just to kind of re-energize, a 20-year-old brand. We offer some things with those shirts that, just a part of Birmingham, and things that affected us. We got a shirt called 44, when President Obama, was elected, we celebrated in Birmingham like they did everywhere else. So,
right.
I got one with all the mayors, the black mayors on it. Some of the people on there you might not even realize were mayors at the time, but they were, even if it was a month.
Wow.
So, want to celebrate that kind of history, man. The HBCUs, we're big football fans. We might not get it this season like we want, but hey, we got those colors as well. So, yeah, check it out. Support us, man. And all we do is just take that and just kind of refocus it back into what we're doing, trying to support people and grow the brands.
Urbanham.com. That's pretty self-explanatory with the spelling. You can go get one of these great T-shirts. When I saw it, man, I was like, I have to have one. So I got two. And, man, it was an opportunity for me to support a friend. And I love what you do, Russ. Everything, let me say this, everything that Russ has said tonight, whether it's about his companies, listen, he's done all the work. And everything is true. He didn't embellish a story. He have given you fact, even the fact that if you can get around to contacting him, he will take the time for you. So I appreciate the support you've given me, Russ, and the collaboration that we've had, because it don't have to be the whole world. But
That's
if you
right.
can give me a piece and I give you a piece, everybody's happy. We can shake hands together, and the network that we could build in Birmingham, man, could be similar to what they're doing in Atlanta. That's what I really want.
Definitely.
That's what I really want. So thank you so very much, Russ. Let me close out the show right now. Listen, everybody, please go to urbanham.com so you can get one of these fresh shirts. He's got tons of colors, whatever your favorite team is, especially if you rock with your boy, one of them War Eagles people. He's got those colors. You know what I'm saying? So go pick up a T-shirt. Again, that's urbanham.com. And you know what we're doing, man. We're all over the world with Strick City Live. Share this. Share it with your friends tonight. Rewind this because Russ talked really fast in some moments. And I want to be sure you got all the details because he gave us to us tonight. So thank y'all for watching. Share this. Subscribe to the YouTube page. Like, really subscribe, man. I want you on there, too. All right? This is your boy, Strick, man. I see y'all Thursday night. I had to get it out. Thursday night with Michael K. Moore from Faith Chapel Christian Center. Oh, it's going to be a great one, man. I have some great friends. People like, hey, can you come? They're like, yes, Strick, I'll come. So Thursday night, 8 p.m., we're going to do it again.
We live?
Strick City.
Woo! Strick City. All over the world.
City, man, we live.